Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for February 2022. We are going to jump right in here. Sorry, this deck is a little... It's actually not this deck. This is called a user error, right? But we are going to do something different. I'm going to call this like a matrix spread or something like that. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but we're going to see what is coming up for you at this time, and that'll be that. There will be a part 2 to this reading as well, Cancer, and part 2 will be available immediately. So all you have to do is click down below and you will see part 2, and it will be available, I should say, after this is premiering. So if you're watching the premiere, it will be available after the premiere is over, so almost immediately. Anyway, Cancer, you start off in this first row with this hand card. It says, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So if you need help, I definitely feel like help is going to be very important for you, or asking for help. Do you have any other cards? Not really. I mean, Six of Cups can be a card of your community, kind of. It can be a card of, people who want to help you. Really, Six of Cups is a card of a turnaround, so I do feel that there could be kind of like a turnaround coming in for you at this time. But let's see here, Cancer. In your first row, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the King of Swords. You have this heart card right next door, which says, love, deep affection, and caring. So you have this Page of Pentacles, and I do feel like this could be communication coming in for you. There's something about patience here going on for you. So you have the Six of Cups and the Strength card also in your top row. It's almost like someone is communicating with you. This could be like someone coming in from a distance, because, look at your last row, Strength, Two of Wands, Three of Wands. It's almost like someone could be coming from a distance, or, what I would say is that it could also represent just like waiting. I'm not suggesting that you're waiting for a person, but it's like maybe there's a person in your energy or around you who is kind of like waiting to make an approach. You have the Two of Swords here, and the Two of Swords is about like indecision sometimes. She needs to make the decision to go to those new lands that are behind her on this card. She needs to get over here. So I feel for some of you, it's like you need to kind of look behind you and see that there are new opportunities for you to make progress in your life. Kind of similar to the Pisces reading, because Pisces also had the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords can just be a lot of worrying. And some readers consider the Nine of Swords to be the worst card in the tarot, which is true. It definitely, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It can be the worst card in the tarot, but it's in our mind. It's something that exists only right here. I always say with the Nine of Swords, no stinking thinking, number one. Number two, it's like the Nine of Swords is my card of being the bug or the windshield. It says you can either be the bug or the windshield. And so you kind of have to make a choice here. You also have this Dark Woman card, and it says dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. Again, could be any gender. This is a general reading. So, even though it says woman on this card, could be any gender. I'm reading for like 6 billion of you. So whatever it is, right? Doesn't matter. I feel like you could be dealing with a person here, who is like that. This could be love, like I said, coming in, but there are a lot of worries. I feel like this Dark Woman could also be you. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel that this could just be describing your energy, in this middle row. It's like an indecisive energy. Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, the Two of Wands, needing to take some sort of leap of faith. You also have the King of Swords. King of Swords is like trying to make a mature decision. Those are the words that are popping into my head. It's not exactly what he means, but intuitively for you, I feel like you're trying to make an intuitive decision here. You also have this Haystack card, which says karma. You will reap what you sow. So I feel that like focusing on your energy is going to be very important in this reading. So, and kind of like where you put your energy is going to be important for you as well. In your second row, you have this Diamond card. It says you will be receiving or giving a precious gift. I really feel that you are receiving a gift here, Cancer. I say that because of the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups can represent receiving a gift. So here you have the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. The Six of Cups can represent a gift from the universe. The gift that we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning like things either get easier or there's kind of like progress in something that we're doing, or there could be progress towards something that we've been trying to do. It's kind of like hard to describe the Six of Cups because it's like sometimes it's like you could be trying to build a business, for example, and maybe for a very long time you haven't been having any progress at all. The Six of Cups says, well, all of a sudden, the gift could be progress. It could also be love entering into your life as well. Take it how it resonates. The Nine of Swords, I feel like, is worries that your energy isn't going to be reciprocated with the Nine of Swords. With the Nine of Swords, we have to realize that it's temporary, number one. It doesn't last forever. Nine of Swords is meant to represent something that is temporary in our lives. And we also have a choice, which we see right here, Two of Pentacles. You have two twos in your reading, and the Two of Pentacles kind of says you have a choice on like what you do. I feel like you almost need to tap into the energy. You can see that the waves are building. They get from smaller to bigger on this card. It's almost like energetic waves that are around you, Cancer, could be getting smaller, or starting small and getting bigger. I feel like this is a feeling that you are starting to notice. I feel like you are starting to notice these energetic waves in your life, and it's going to be harder and harder and harder to ignore with the Three of Wands right next to it. The Three of Wands I kind of think of as almost like fool energy. It's like he wants to take a leap of faith. He should be taking a leap of faith, but he's like not quite there yet. He hasn't quite decided to take the full leap of faith yet. So I do feel for some of you that this Three of Wands is encouraging you to take some sort of leap of faith. The Two of Pentacles is like the, it's kind of like the back and forth energy is how I look at it. It can say that you kind of have too many things going on at once. I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing, is what I would say. It's like, here's the thing. Is I think the universe, since like Uranus moved into Taurus, like what was that, 2 years ago now or whatever, or a year ago, something like that. I think since Uranus went into Taurus, it's like Uranus and Taurus has a very strong desire for freedom. Basically it wants all of us to create freedom in our life. That could mean anything for you because freedom is different for everyone. What's free for you might be, prison for another person, right? So it's different for everybody. But part of this is I think our energy has been kind of like shot out, like spread out into the universe. So a lot of us, I think it's a very like dabbling energy, I would call it, where we could be having different interests, different ideas popping up in our life, not just over the past couple of years, but also for the next couple of years. And this is not a bad thing. Again, it might be busy. We might be, spinning a lot of plates with the Two of Pentacles. But I think the universe is like trying to say, it's okay right now to be a little bit spread out. Now, I wouldn't go crazy, but it's like if you're dabbling in things, finding new interests, finding new things to do with your life, and just kind of like experimenting. Definitely a very good energy with the Two of Pentacles, because I see the energy getting sucked up, where it's like soon or in the near future, I think people are going to be taking everything they've learned in. So it's like if you've been doing a lot of different things, if people are saying you're spinning your tires, if it looks like you're a chicken with its head cut off running around, this is not a bad thing, because again, the energy is going to come back. And that's where you're going to be making progress, because you've probably discovered a lot of things in the spinning of the plates. You've probably figured out what you want to do with your life on the extreme end of the scale. It could be anything. So I feel like this is almost an important experimentation time with the Two of Pentacles. Next, you have this desk card. It says, pay attention to your work. So pay attention to all the work that you've been doing, because you're probably learning things about your life, about like what you want in the future, like I said. And that's how I see it, this like sucking back in. I'm pretty sure it was you, where I did a reading recently where I said that, where it's almost like the energy is kind of coming back in. You have the Strength card, the Two of Wands, and the Three of Wands. I really feel this is asking you to take the lead. Two of Wands is a card of leadership, taking the lead. Three of Wands is also a card of leadership, taking the lead. The Strength card, it's like leadership requires strength. It's like you might have to do things that seem a little bit crazy. She has her hands in a lion's mouth. And I always say, who in the right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So I do feel that you are kind of like taking a risk, or, doing things that might put you, have you putting yourself out there and like all this other stuff. So a little bit risky, but at the same time, I feel like you could be getting a lot of attention. It's like if you were to do that, put your hands in a lion's mouth, people would be paying attention to you, Cancer. So I feel there's a lot of attention for you in kind of like taking the lead or stepping into a leadership role. It's going to require you to be bold, like more bold, more assertive. Three of Wands is taking a leap of faith because the Three of Wands says there will never be a perfect moment to do something, and the perfect moment is now. I would just take some sort of leap of faith with the Three of Wands. I really would be looking at, if you're, it's kind of like a little bit confusing with the Two of Pentacles. If you're doing a lot of things, if you're feeling like your energy is scattered, I would be saying, what's in common between all these things that I'm doing? It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but I would be looking at where things are common. I would also be looking at where the energy is building. Like, let's say you're working on 10 different projects. It's like maybe the energy is trending in a certain direction. It's like maybe all 10 projects you're writing, or maybe all 10 projects you're doing video or something like that. I feel like there's kind of like an answer in the direction that the energy is trending in for you, and that's where the turnaround in this reading is. That's what I feel intuitively. Very simple reading. Even though I did these matrix readings, I'm calling them, and I have the different cards laid out here. I actually think it's very simple. I feel like it's saying follow the trend because that's where your diamond is going to be. That's where your success is going to be. But you're gonna have to like look at what's common in between different situations in your life. I hope that makes sense. There's going to be a part 2 linked up down below. Again, it's available immediately, so definitely check out part 2. But thank you for being here, Cancer, and definitely enjoy your week.